Hey guys, Doc Lale back to talk about more comics. And this time I wanted to do an initial assessment of Arcadia from Ignition Press by the Miranda brothers. I tried to find this book the other day and I couldn't locate it, but I ran it down. And it tells a world after the fall of humans. It talks about how there are, let's see, how did the main character describe it? Let's see here. Serants, and they come from the underground silos born inside the super dragons. So it's like these big giant robots that have an egg inside of them, and they build human-like characters, but they're not quite human. So you get some characters that look very human, like one of the main characters, Weedy, that you're following, and then you get this guy here who was, let's see, Mickey. And Mickey looks like he's trying to be a cowboy. He's trying to be Buffalo Bill and the Wild West. But they go underground to try to search for pills, and then there's Uber pills. So we got a lot of different things mixing here. Sorry guys, got something in my eye. Got a lot of things mixing here. One thing that I kind of felt, and this might be a really big something to say, it felt like the beginning of Saga, because the narrator that you get in this book says this is the story of my parents and it needs to be told. And it was Halu and Fix. And so you've got Halu, who was born right as Weedy and Mickey were passing him, so they inoculated him so that he couldn't be found by the robot overlords and killed. And so that's Halu. And then you've got Fix, and of course Fix is pretty straightforward. She can fix machines, she can fix motorcycles, she can fix that sort of thing, that sort of technology. But unfortunately, Weedy has got what they call the veil, and the veil is pretty much their version of cancer. And so it spreads, starting in his chest right here, it spreads, and eventually it will reach his portal up here. And when that happens, then it's game over. Let's see. What does he say exactly? Yeah, pearl. So they have their pearls in their head, so that's almost like Tron. It's like the disc that they wore in Tron Legacy. So it's a lot of different things mixing together, but I've got to say that it works very well. These guys, these brothers, the Miranda brothers, did We Live for Aftershock Comics when Aftershock was a thing. And in that time, that world became awesome. It became alive. And part of that was the fact that these brothers are musicians, and so they give you a couple of tracks, let's see, in each issue with this scan code that you can scan in, and it says the original soundtrack. So as you turn the page to watch him Halu start to drive off on this motorcycle, as he's riding away, then you turn the page and you get to see this scan code, and it kind of gives you a musical interlude as he's driving away. So that is one really cool thing about these books that these brothers do, is they're musicians as well, so they can kind of set the tone. Here's another one at the end of the book. So when you get a book like this, it doesn't come along very often. These guys don't do a book month in, month out. They do a 4 or 5 issue miniseries, and then they'll disappear for a year or two, and then they'll come back and bring out something like Arcadia. And Arcadia is fun, it's enjoyable, it brings this world together, and you get a sense of exactly who these characters are. It's a lot of things to stay ahead of, I'll admit that. But if you're willing to go on an adventure, and actually those videos or that music, it comes in the form of a YouTube video. So you go and hit that QR code, and once you get that QR code, it'll pop up a YouTube video on your phone. And like I said, then you can just spread the book out and enjoy probably 2 or 3 minutes worth of instrumental music that will really pull you further into the world that is Arcadia. So I've got to cut back on the number of books that that I'm getting, but Arcadia has joined the short list of the pull list, because this book and these two brothers always present stories that in the end have a lot of heart to them. And the artwork is excellent. The artwork, almost reminds you of the ruined worlds and things in Saga. It's got an epic scope. It's got an epic scope, and it just makes you want to keep reading. I'd like to have issue 2 right now so that I can find out what happens to these characters a little bit further down the line. So in my initial assessment, this book is absolutely amazing. It's fun, it's adventurous, and it's got a grand scale that I think in the end, even if it is just a 5-issue mini instead of an ongoing, is going to leave people extremely satisfied at the end of the day. So thanks for joining me on this trip to Arcadia. And the next video that I've got for you guys is going to be talking about that oversized issue that I picked up, the Christmas with the Superheroes. So you guys definitely stay focused. Look for that video. It's coming up very, very soon. Thanks, guys. Y'all take care, and we'll see you in the next go-around.